What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to make a very brief video on a penny stock setup that we saw today, and it's one that I find that I use pretty often. So I do want to make a video so you guys are able to apply it to your future trades as well. Okay, so just get into it. The ticker is BFRI. We saw it today. It had an early morning pop. It was on the top gainers list, so it's something that I'm keeping my eye on throughout the day. So as we see with BFRI, we see pops into around 7 o'clock, and then it starts to fade from there a little around VWAP. And then what we're looking for here is a possible re-entry on this ticker after we play that morning pop. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now is a support and resistance level to start off. The first thing I see is a trendline resistance. Okay, so this means that this high was lower than this one was lower than this one was, and the next one is going to be around that 560 to 570 level, 565 to 570 level. Unless it breaks out, then that's a different story. But if it's going to hit it and reject, it's going to hit around 570-ish. Okay, so what we're looking at on the bottom side, okay, is a support. So it's the opposite of the resistance. It's a support where you can add the ticker at. Okay, so here we see our support level. We've got our support trend line. We've got our resistance trend line, and we're just trading inside this setup right now. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is two ways to play it. We can either add off this lower trend line right here, okay, and set our stop loss a little bit below the previous lows, or we can add on a break and hold of that resistance. Okay, so there's two ways to play. There's no one better way or one worse way. It's just whatever you find the easiest to be. But I personally like taking the lower trend line ones because it's you get a cheaper entry on the trade. So what I'm looking at here is these two levels to possibly take an add at. So we see right now we're bouncing off that lower trend line, come down perfectly onto it, taps it, and we're bouncing straight through that resistance right here. Okay, so we break out over that resistance. If you see on the alert I posted, exact same setup today. We had the lower highs and we had the higher lows. We took our entry within that range right there, and then we get the breakout. Okay, now what we're looking for is follow through and not just a drop back down over that resistance. So it has to hold. Okay, that is one thing that's very important. You don't just look for a break only. It has to have volume, has to have all that other stuff that I'll go over in a different video for breakouts. But this ticker is just breaking out over that resistance level, and we're just looking for the follow through. So I have my price targets mapped out. We have to first get over that 584 level, which we saw right here, 6.05, and then we can eventually get over this level right here, which is where the ticker just keeps wicking and falling down from. Okay, so this is the caution zone. So we're looking at here, we break out, we hold, we follow through, and now we have to bust through this zone and we can see a new high of day. And just like that, we get that beautiful pop. It's around 20% off that breakout right there. If we added off the lower trend line, it's around 20, a little bit more, let me see. Should be around 28%, 29%. So we see here, you could have played this so simply, and it's something that I usually use on a lot of tickers. And we see from here, we had our stop loss set at 520. Like I said, if we added off the lower trend line, or you could have added on the breakout, doesn't matter. And then we ended up with a nice profit on this one of around 35% later on in the day. So it's a very simple setup. Just wanted to make a video on it so you guys understand a little bit more of what I'm looking at. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section or send me a DM on Discord, Twitter, anywhere like that. And I'll try to help you guys out as much as I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.